Gun sales have gone through the roof. Firearms in a semi-truck? Is that even allowed? Let's talk more about it right after this.
Yeah.
I am so happy that I live in a country where I have my rights. I have my amendments. I am able to purchase protection for myself and my family without them being infringed. Now, a lot of you people out there that are looking at this video are probably wondering, what are you even talking about? I just want to know if guns are even allowed on the truck. Well, yes. There is nothing in the FMCSA book that states you cannot have a firearm in your truck. However, just note that if you are going to have a firearm in your truck, there's some things you need to know. One, you must follow the state laws. Every state is different. Some are pretty much impossible to get a permit for when it comes to CCWs. Some are anti-gun as hell. And some, your CCW in your state will carry over. And then there's also some that don't even care. We'll get more into that in a minute. Okay, so with that being said, you're going to go into states, anti-gun states, but you're going to have one federal law that's on your side. That federal law, and you remember it, you look it up because you might need it, is called FOPA. F-O-P-A. Firearms Owners Protection Act. It protects those who are transporting firearms for a lawful purpose from local restrictions from pretty much point A to point B. I'll put a link down in the description below. You guys can read the whole act. Basically what this act does is if you remove the clip from your firearm, remove the ammo, put it all in a separate box away from your reach, you're good to go. Some states have even gone as far as to not even allow you to stop in their state if you have a firearm. Some states are pretty okay though when it comes to the laws. Illinois, of all states, you would have never guessed this. I called them today because I was looking at obtaining my CCW through Illinois because Missouri doesn't carry over, and I might not even get it now. Basically, Illinois state law prohibits you from leaving your truck or vehicle, and they consider this our homestead, with a concealed weapon, with a concealed firearm. Guys, don't comment on the basic terms of it, alright? And you could drive down the road if you want with your firearm loaded at your hip. That's uncomfortable and there's no need. But if a cop pulls you over, if it's not stolen, if you're clear, no felonies, you're good. There's no problem with it. You try that in New York or California, oh, all bad. Now, when it comes to being pulled over, there are going to be states that are going to ask you, do you have a firearm or any weapons of any kind in your truck? Certain states require that if they ask you that, you must answer truthfully. Other states say that you don't even have to tell the police officer that there's a firearm or weapon in your truck unless they ask. Excuse me. Some states require that you tell them right off the bat. Now, if I was in a position where I had my firearm and I'm going to a state that doesn't allow firearms, I'm keeping it locked up. Even though some of these states are the most dangerous states. And the reason being is because if I decide to park and put my firearm together and somebody does invade, sure, I'm protected with my life. But because I didn't have a permit for that state and I used it and possibly killed or injured somebody with a firearm, New York or California would be that kind of state to prosecute me. Any other state, you'd be all right in. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Maybe they wouldn't. I couldn't find like a story of anything like that even ever happening. And that's the thing you guys have to understand is even if you get a firearm, stuff like that might not even ever happen. You might not ever have to use it. And that's a good thing. It's just better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. There's alternatives onto what you can get though. There's pepper spray, there's pepper spray guns, this thing here. There's tasers, there's bats, we have so many ways to protect ourselves. Firearms might not always be your first choice. Some of us just enjoy having them too. So in closing, I would like to say, if this was not enough information, I really try to fit the most valuable, simplest bit of information in the smallest amount of time I could. But if it's not enough, guys, JCANELL, who doesn't have a YouTube channel no more, made a video a while back explaining the gun laws. Very clean, very simple, to the point. It's about a 30-minute video that gets more into detail of what we talked about. I will post a link to the video that was on somebody else's channel that I had found. I wish I would have watched his video before I got into trucking. I thought I wasn't allowed to have a handgun and thus sold it. But it is what it is. So stay educated, know your rights, know the law, and you're good to go. If this is your first time here, please hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button. If I missed anything, guys, I apologize. I was trying to keep it short, simple, and to the point. But if you guys have anything you want to add, please add it in the comments down below, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.